Oh, okay.
We're recording.
Good stuff. All right, welcome guys. This is our very first, thank you, Team Surge of 2017. We are going to be doing these monthly where all of us leaders come together, deliver information. We're going to do a quick 5-minute top nuts of our topic of choice for the month. And just once a month, we want to all come together just like this and just deliver so that it can keep you guys excited, involved, and just ready to roll. So I suppose I'm starting this party off right here. I'm going to do my recognition for my team really fast and then dive right into my no excuses topic, right? You guys know how I feel about that. So, well, most of you do, and some of you are about to find out. So first, I have some recognition that just totally blew me away. Jackie Taylor, Success Club All-Star, means she hit Success Club 12 months in a row, locked it in. Lisa Sinclair, Success Club All-Star, 12 months in a row. It's more than 12 months in a row, but locked that in as well for 2016. They will both be walking across that stage. Emily Hyatt, she is a success starter 1 month in, business starter. She 2 more months and she'll be at Summit right there with us. That's freaking exciting. We have some new coaches, Heather Timko, Valerie Gale, Jenna Crosser, Stephanie Dillon. I am freaking honored to have you on our team. So thank you so much. I know a lot of you guys are on this call. Super excited to have you guys. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out. I know that Super Saturday was freaking, it's everywhere, right? And a lot of you guys weren't able to make them this time. 8th, be there. But I wanted to give a special shout out to Ashley, Valerie Gale, Heather Tico, Leanne, Allie, and Dahlia for all just making it out to a Super Saturday. And for anybody else that got out there that didn't let me know they snuck up on one, those events, you guys, you've got to get there. They get your blood pumping, your soul on fire. It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. So with that being said, congrats. You guys are freaking amazing. You rocked out. One last thing, Jackie and Lisa both ended the year in the top 700 of the company. That is not to go unnoticed out of 480,000 coaches. It makes me so proud as a leader to have you guys on my team leading me. I'm proud of you, and you should be so proud of your freaking self because this is your year and you're going to go for that top 200. That's enough of that. I'll start crying. You guys are awesome. Today I wanted to talk to you guys. I want to start this call off talking about excuses. We all have them. We have all been in a place in our lives, and everybody got a pen and paper out, right? Because you don't have to take notes on what I'm going to say, but I'm sure somebody after me is going to give you some nuggets to take on. I'm just here to get in your head, okay? We have excuses. We have marriages, we have births, we have deaths, we have vacations, we lose our jobs, we start new jobs, we move, we have tragedy, we have failures, we have so many different things that come at us in life, right? Life happens all the time. And it is so easy to get stuck in funks or have setbacks to where you just want to crawl in a hole and just, okay, I can't do this. It's too much. But what I want to say, I want you guys to just get out of that mind frame, okay? When something comes at you, and I think that maybe it's because of my disturbed childhood or something, but when something bad happens to me, I look at it as like, this is a setup, guys. You know, I had a really crappy last couple weeks of the month, or, you know, December. And my dad called me and said, Jen, I know what's going on, you know, whatever. But man, you should be excited. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this old man? He must be sipping on his moonshine. I'm like, what are you talking about, Dad? And he's like, Jen, every time something tragic happens, that just means something big is about to happen in your life. So get ready, man, and get excited, because how you deal with this situation, it's setting you up. It can either knock you all the way down or it can set you up for your next accomplishment or your next big move. So what is your next big move, kid? Right? And so it made me think, like, what is your next big move, kid? Right? Okay, so you got sick. What, you quit working because you got sick? We all have kids. I have 4 kids. I work a full-time corporate job. When I first started this business, worked 4 jobs. Corporate America, I still had the same 4 kids. They didn't go anywhere. All in sports, right? Busy, 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 busy. But what was a non-negotiable was my business hours. Right? So you're business owners. And if you're going to continue to treat this like a minimum wage job, then that's all you're going to get is minimum wage pay, minimum wage acknowledgement and recognition, right? You'll get that little silver star or maybe that little paper certificate of great job, kid, right? Why settle? I don't know why you're settling. And some of you aren't settling, and man, I love watching you. But those of you who are not ready to get uncomfortable, I want this to be your last day in that comfort zone. I want you to bust the freak out of it. And I see some children, so I'm going to keep it toned down as much as possible. But when I get excited, I drop the F-bomb. But I want you guys to get uncomfortable. I want this to be your year. It sounds so cliche. This is my year. This can be your year. So I want you to set business hours for yourself. You don't have to work 30 and 40 hours a week in this business. You need 1 hour a day, 3 to 5 times a week. And it should be a non-negotiable to where you tell your family, these are my business hours. I'm unavailable on these days at these hours. And you can float those hours around for week to week, depending on schedules and activities and family events and whatever, but set the tone. Involve the family. Sit everyone down at the family and say, listen, my business is about to take off. These are going to be my business hours for the year or for the month or whatever, however far you want to go out. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. every single time. That's going to be my time or whatever. If you have little kids after bedtime or before they wake up or whatever, but put it out there, you guys. Own it, claim it, hang that open sign up faithfully those 3 to 5 times a week. And I promise you will set yourself up for success. It should be a non-negotiable if you want your business to be successful. I want you to always remember that life will happen. But just like with corporate job or even if you have a stay-at-home job or whatever, you do your best to not call out. Correct? Nobody wants to call out. God, when I worked for my all the jobs that I've ever worked, that was the last thing I wanted to do. I would go in sick. I would go in because I got to make money to feed my family, right? So why is this any different? This is your actual business. So you're not just feeding into somebody else's pocket. This is yours, and you can do anything. You can be anything when you grow up. So do it. There will be many obstacles, you guys. You're going to have births and deaths and marriages, divorces, moves, travels, tragedy, failures. But you have to be able to rise above it. You have to stay calm, and you have to carry on, okay? Nobody needs to know all of your business. Facebook is not a diary. You just go on and put big girl panties on and man up and handle business as if you are on top of the world, as if you are in that top 10 of the company. Do you think that they take days off because they got a sniffle? You could do this from home in your jammies from your bed, you guys, right? It all depends on how bad you want it and how big your goals are. So there should really be no excuse because people rely on you. We all help people. We bring people in. We sell them challenge packs, right? So what are you doing after the sale? You can't just take 2 months off because you feel like it's too hard. After you've brought these people in, they trusted you, right? So you can't just put the close sign up and say, yeah, I'll be back next season, right? You help those people get on board, and now you have to help get results and move forward and just continue to build. People rely on you. You can't just check out and leave people hanging. Don't look too far ahead. That's a big tip that I have for you. Do not look too far ahead, you guys. Don't be like, oh, I want to be elite this year. What do you want to be this month? Do you want to go from coach to emerald? Let's do coach to emerald. We can do that in a week. Do you want to go from emerald to diamond? We can do that in 4 or 5 weeks. To build a strong bricks, not sticks foundation, right? So just go from right here. Where are you right now? And what is the next step? Okay. And then after you reach that step, then what is the next step? Don't go too far ahead. And yeah, of course, set those goals for the year, but what are you doing right now? Oh, you guys, what if I fail, right? You ask yourself that all the time. What if I fail? And that stops a lot of people from sharing their story and getting uncomfortable. And somebody better be timing me and throw a freaking hand up when it's my time to be done.
Time to be done.
What if I fail, right? Huh?
I'm just saying, it's 8:15. I was joking. Keep going.
Okay, I'm going to really fast. I know that all of us ask, what if I fail? That's the huge, huge thing that holds people back. You need to start thinking, but what if I don't? That's what you need to get in your head. Forget thinking about what if I fail. Think about all those things that'll happen if you don't, and go after that. Don't think about the failure. Think about what you can accomplish. Don't give up. Continually transfer your belief. Think of those first set of results that you got that had your soul on fire, and transfer that belief to every single person that you talk to or invite to the journey. Your energy needs to be contagious, and you need to own who you are and the mission that you are on. Don't worry about the haters. We all have them. I embrace them. I love them. Embrace them. Embrace them. Speak to your haters. I love people who feel like I'm going to fail or laugh at what I do. Or, haha, remember that Beachbody program I told you about, sucker? Look where I am now, right? That's the mentality you got to get. Don't worry about the haters. They will dismiss them eventually, and those who belong will stay. I want you to ask yourself how thirsty you are for change. We can lead you to the water, but we cannot force you to drink, you guys. We give you tools. We give you the trainings. We can talk to you all day long and make game plans and pump your head full of our energy. But until you believe in it, it's not going to go anywhere. I want you guys to seriously set your tones. 2017 is going to be your year. You need to own it. You need to write sticky notes of positive affirmations all over your freaking house if that's what it takes, in every single room that you walk into, and don't care about if people think you're nuts for doing it. You guys can accomplish anything, and you can do it while in the middle of anything. So I just want you guys to continue to hold on to what can happen. Remove all of that self-doubt. Pretend that you're the most confident person in the world. Drop all those excuses because they are not valid, okay? I'm not going to share all of my personal crap, but trust me, your excuses are not valid, okay? Until you're missing all 4 limbs and you can't open your mouth, you have absolutely no excuse. I don't care if you don't have a car, a phone, a laptop. I don't care if you're going through something tragic or you're just going through financial issues. It is your way out. You need to embrace it and run with it. And that's what I have. That's all I have for you. I'm not even going to go into nuggets and pinpoints and bullet points for you. I want you guys to feel it. This year we're going for top 10, you guys. We are going for top 10, and I feel it. So I'm going to hand it over to Colleen, who's probably actually going to give you something to write down. That's it. That's what I got.
Jen, it is so hard to follow you. You are such a hype person, and I love that. But I've always teased Jen and told her I need her like a bobblehead doll just to like kind of pump me up all day. But my topic tonight is why Success Club has always been non-negotiable for me. A little backstory, real quick, is I started this business because I wanted the swag. So I have to laugh at that because I think it was Jen posted a picture of her in some really nice workout hoodie, and I messaged and I said, I want swag too. So that's the backstory of how I actually got started. But Success Club has always been a non-negotiable thing. Like Jen was saying, every single one of us has life happen. So for me, it's always been something that I've worked for because, I used to run 5Ks because I wanted the t-shirt. I want the recognition, but I also want to continue to grow my business. I'm a lifer. I'm in this because I want to grow my business and change lives and build a team that wants to do the exact same thing. So I'm assuming the majority of you guys are not new coaches, but Success Club, it's kind of broken down between 5 and 10. A challenge pack you can sell for 2 points, and a Shakeology HD order or even the performance line is 1 point. So those are kind of what we set our goals for monthly. So basically, Success Club is a measurement of your business, a barometer of your business. The more Success Club points, the hotter your business is, if that makes sense. So by achieving Success Club 5 or Success Club 10, you will continue to grow your business monthly. Monthly rewards, you get exclusive leads, commissions, coaching incentives, exclusive personal development with some really incredible people. And then Success Club 10 and Success Club 5, you can earn money towards your annual Success Club trip. So, what a great incentive. They don't have to reward us by giving us these customer leads or like commission off of their Shakeology orders or people that we didn't personally sign up, but they give us those customers because they want us to be successful and to continue to reach out for people. So one thing that I have always thought about is, a lot of network marketing gets bad raps because they go out and they, I'm going to make this amount of money and you can have a $500 bonus and blah, blah, blah. Don't view business as financial. So view Success Club points as people, and you want to reach all the people that you can, all the lives that you can change. Do not keep someone else's destiny locked in your mouth. And I love that quote. So reaching as many people as possible, these Success Club points therein will continue to roll in, I guess. So the more Success Club points, the more people that you can end up helping. If you want to hit a successful business, you have got to make this a priority. You've got to make changing 3 to 5 people's lives a month a priority for you. Believe it, put it in writing, put it out there in the universe, pray about it. There have been months that my month has fallen apart and life has gotten busy and my husband's a football coach and it's chaotic and I have a teething 2-year-old toddler who does not leave my sight whenever I am home with him and I have to put him down. But this is something that I always work towards because, like I said earlier, it's a barometer to your success in this business. And I read somewhere too, writing something down and putting it in your face, on your rearview mirror or your mirror in the bathroom, write it down. And if it stares at you, you will work towards it. There have been times at the end of the month where it is the 25th and I'm sitting at 0. And that has happened. And you know what? I've worked it and I've hit Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 every month that I've been in this business since March. So for me, it's been a non-negotiable, and you guys really should make it a non-negotiable in yours too. So you do not qualify for Success Club on accident. You need to be very intentional about it. I know life gets crazy, but think about it, guys. They are rewarding you for helping people. They are putting more in your pocket because you were helping more people. So think about it that way too, that they, the coaching incentives, commissions on people that you don't know and reaching out to them, it could be your potential best coach in the future. So, life gets hard. Put it out there to the universe and it'll come back to you. So I wanted to introduce Miss Jackie, who's going to be our next speaker. I thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity to talk.
Hi. So when we decided to do this, I gotta myself up. When we decided to do this, we got all excited and we're like, each gonna do a topic. And I was like, well, I don't know what my topic should be. And Jen said, coaching with confidence. And I was like, oh God, because if anyone knows me, you know that that's such a struggle for me, myself out there and putting myself out for judgment or anything just scares the living crap right out of me. I struggled with anxiety forever. So when I decided to do this, I was like, I don't know if it's going to work for me. I wanted to do it because I followed Jen and I saw how successful she was. And I wanted to have that following. I wanted to help to change those lives that she was changing. But I thought that no one's going to care what I have to post. No one's going to want to buy anything from me. And no one's going to join my team or any of that. How is this ever going to work for me? And I was terrified, so scared. When I had my first result pictures, Jen says, post them, put them out there. And I thought, yeah, right. I can't do this. And so I was posting my before and after and team page just to start, but I slowly grew from there. So I guess when she said coach with confidence, I was like, oh Lord, how am I going to talk about that? But then I really thought about it and thought my confidence has grown so much since I started that I don't even feel like I'm that same person. I feel like I've overcome a lot of the obstacles that I was afraid of. I think we all start this business nervous and hesitant and not really sure. But I think that we also think we have to have that confidence right away, right from day one. And that's just not true, because we have to be true to ourselves and put ourselves out there, and people, they see when you're not yourself, they can see that your confidence isn't real. So I think the more we be real, the more that we can help people. But I think the more we do the things, I'm trying to write notes because I'm getting all like flustered, but I think we need to just decide we want to do it. And then we just have to do it. I mean, the things that help me get through it, I message Jen, or I'll like make a video and I'll send it to her and be like, I just made this. She's like, post that shit now. And I'm really? And then I just do it. Or I like how when I started was like, I psych myself up. I will dance around a room and get myself excited. Before I send a message, I will smile and get excited. Even though they might not read it excited, I feel like I'm excited putting it out there. So the likelihood of that, I don't know, it seems to work anyway. But I mean, sometimes I just have to close my eyes. Sometimes I just have to be like, send or post or whatever. And it's funny because I got the nickname they all gave me that I'm like doomed to have for the rest of my life is Jackie Balls. Because I just put myself out there, and it just always works. Whenever I get my comfort zone, that's when my business always takes like this big change. So, I mean, it's not always easy. It doesn't always come easy, and we still struggle. I still struggle even with my confidence, and it's growing, and I'm thankful for all of you who help. So I'm saying to all of you, when you don't feel confident, when you don't feel like you can do it, like you don't feel like you want to put yourself out there, message any of us. And we're all here. We're all here to help. So I don't know. I feel rambly, but that's what I have. The next speaker is Jessica Ham.
Hi, everybody. I apologize. I'm sick, so I might sound a little funny to you. Jackie messaged me a couple days ago and asked if I wanted to speak on the surge, and of course I crapped my pants and I said, okay. And then I didn't really have a topic, like we didn't discuss a specific topic. I thought I would just talk about what keeps me going, or what keeps me inspired and interested in coaching and wanting to help other people. And so I figured I would just share about that, I guess. So for me, I remember how I felt right before I started my own journey. And a lot of those feelings for me creep back up. And I'm coming off of a super Sunday today for me, so I'm full of P&V from that, and I feel like one of the speakers we had today was telling my story, so I know I'm not the only one. So if you're sitting there with whatever you think hiding in your closet, somebody else has the same thing going on. And Jen has said this a lot, talk to the old you. In a lot of ways, I'm still the same person, and I still have a lot of goals to reach and a lot of things to overcome. So for me, what keeps me going is the me's that are out there still, that I know I can help. Bless you. And I try to be as genuine as I can in my posts and in my journey. I'm not trying to sell something to anybody because this wasn't sold to me. So for me, I guess I posted something today about what somebody had posted in our clean eating group. And at the end, she said, "Thank you, coaches. I know what to do now. You've probably saved my life." And I feel like, sorry, if I can do that for somebody else, then I'm going to keep doing this. Because I feel like it's saving my life. This was very unexpected, sorry. And then, so I'll just finish quickly with 3 things that she ended with today are still very true to me. So I thought I would share them with you all. So that have the courage to start over and over and over again and again and again. Just because you start something you don't finish doesn't mean that's the end. Never compare yourself to anyone other than who you were yesterday. Everybody's business is going to be at a different place for a different reason. So try to be better than you, not better than your success partner or whomever. And don't be so focused on an end goal that you lose sight of how far you've come. So even though I know personally I have a long way to go with coaching and my own personal goals, I remember where I started, and I'm already so much further ahead. So, sorry. That's it for me. And I'm going to hand it over to Lisa. Won't cry.
Thanks, Jessica. Oh, that was wonderful. I loved hearing your story. And, this is why what I love about coaching, and I love hearing those stories. And same with Jackie. I mean, I was blown away. Me and Jackie started at the same time. And I know I share the same thing too. People look at me now and go, "Oh, you always had confidence." I remember I was scared to do my first video. I went live today and I still was nervous, but the more you do it, that's not the Jackie that I know. I mean, this is like something totally different. So anyways, I first want to do a couple announcements. I wanted to share that I had 2 coaches that just earned Success Starters. So that was Bernadette and Michelle. They earned a free ticket to Summit. I'm super excited about that. And I have a new coach, Deb, who is on the call. She hasn't even been a coach a week. She's already done all of her new coach welcome. So say hi. She's bundled up over there. I hope you're not sick. She's joining the call, and she's really excited about the business. And Jessica, I think your story touched everyone, and that was really moving. So I'm going to be talking about Shakeology and why it's so important. And you guys know me. I have slides. So this is more for me, but this is just so you can follow along. Let me see. So are my slides up? I'm assuming that they are. Let me see. Oops, hold on. Were they up? Yeah.
You're up.
Okay. I'll go to full screen mode. So Shakeology. Oops. Really quick, and I'm going to go really quick because I know I don't have a lot of time, but I just want you to know. So a lot of us post about working out, and this business is not just about working out. It's not just about our containers. Shakeology is a big part of that. It's the bread and butter of our business. And so I want everyone to rate their knowledge from 1 to 10. Would you say you could answer any question confidently about Shakeology? I don't know all the ingredients in Shakeology, but to educate yourself really helps you be more confident that Shakeology is a solution for customers. I just finished with Shakeology Surge, and if you haven't watched it, I highly suggest you do. It's long, but it's worth every minute, and just do what you can. So why is Shakeology so important to your why it's everything in the business. It's how you're going to make Success Club. It's how you're going to build your team, because coaches are going to want to sign up because they love this product and they want the discounts. It's how you're going to get rewards and those free swag that Colleen mentioned. It's going to be a residual income. So every month that a customer's on Shakeology, you're going to continue to earn that money. So it's not just selling a program. And it's great to sell a program or a 3-day refresh here and there, but it's not really what gives you the income that you need to stay in this business. Produce volume. It's going to be good for your health. It's going to give you the results that you need. And that was a picture of me and Darren Aline, who's one of the co-creators. I went to Summit last year. It was awesome to meet him. real quick. So why was it created? We are people that are nutrient deficient, you know, we're overweight and we're undernourished. I don't know about you, but I hate vegetables. Like, this was huge for me. And I think a lot of us, when you start, you know, eating clean and doing your workouts and drinking your Shakeology, people are like, wow, gosh, I did so much more energy and feeling so much better. And Shakeology is a huge part of that. You know, I know that if I miss a day of Shakeology, I'm tired, I need a nap, I feel run down. It's a great hangover cure. There's just so much that's going to provide your body with those nutrients. It delivers a well-rounded, it's for your optimal health. It's not a quick fix or a fad. So this isn't just like a, you know, slim fast shake or anything like that. It doesn't have artificial flavors, sweeteners, colors, or soy. And this is quality assured and research proven and driven. I'm not going to get into, you know, too much about Shakeology because I'm going to provide these slides afterwards so you can read them. But as you guys already know, it helps with your junk food cravings. It provides you that healthy energy. It's going to support your immune system, so you're going to get sick less. It's going to support your digestion. I don't know you, but I'm very regular now. It's fabulous. I also have the fiber boost. That's amazing. And it's going to promote healthy weight loss. It's because when you're having a nutritional, you know, if you're having a calorie deficiency, when you're trying to lose weight, it's going to fill in those nutritional gaps and really help you feel better. These are some of the things that are in Shakeology. Again, I'm not going to get into this too much. I'll share this, but you can go and read. This is just a quick chart that you can provide to your customers as well. So this is really what I wanted to talk about. Gathering information to make the sale. And I don't want to say make the sale, you know, but to help provide the best solution to your customers. So when someone inquires, whether it is a post that I've had or something about a challenge group, or they just want to inquire and go, tell me what you're doing, or I want to learn more about your challenge, I always ask probing questions. I don't say, oh, okay, tell me where you're at, and just leave it at that. So this is something that I might ask them. Could you tell me a little bit more about your health and fitness goals? What are your biggest struggles? Is it finding the time to work out? Is it your diet? Is it the motivation? What have you tried in the past that hasn't worked? Fill me in, then I can help find the best solution for you. Okay, just asking, what are your goals? That doesn't really help us provide the best solution. Okay, you need to ask a lot of questions, and you're not always going to get a lot of answers right away. But this is example. So this is, you really want to listen to the story. I have someone that replies back, I want to lose 10 pounds. I ask more questions. This is just an example, but I want you to look here at these bold points, because these are things that I'm going to answer in a solution that is Shakeology based on a response. So here's the response. Well, here are my goals. I'd like to lose 10 to 15 pounds and learn to eat better. The problem is I'm a working mom and I barely have time for me. I travel some weeks for work, so my schedule is really inconsistent. Honestly, I'm just exhausted most days, and I'm still waking at night to nurse my 9-month-old daughter. As for nutrition, I don't know what to make, and I don't always have time to prepare a lot of healthy meals, so it's jumping me feeling bloated. Usually skip breakfast. I think the reason I failed in the past is because I just give up on myself if I don't see results quick enough or fall off the wagon completely. I don't want to invest a lot of money because my husband gets upset every time I invest in something then quit. As for fitness, well, I haven't worked out in over 2 years. Lastly, I'm not sure I can give up wine. Is that going to be a problem? Now, obviously, no one's going to give you this perfect example answer, but I just did this as kind of a collective whole, because you're going to get one or two of these things when they reply back. And this is how you answer them, okay? So you want to think about what the problem is and how Shakeology or how our challenge group or how 21 Day Fix or whatever it is going to help them. So I would say something like this. Given where you are now and what you're looking to achieve, I think you'd be the perfect candidate for the portion control eating system and our all access on demand pass. And most importantly, Shakeology. We'd like to set you up with the 21 Day Fix to start for your workouts. The reason I like that program is it includes 30-minute workouts for any fitness level. So these bullet points kind of address the problems that they stated before. Remember, this person hasn't worked out in 2 years. That you can do from home or stream from your phone for when you travel. The workouts range from cardio to yoga to Pilates and are super fun. What I think would benefit you more is the amazing eating plan that focuses on portion control and comes with these color-coded containers. Literally, if your food fits in the container, you can eat it. And there's room for chocolate, cheese, and even wine. So it's all about balance, you know? Balance that will let you have some fun in life and also feel without feeling restricted. You know, sometimes you just have to be laid back and not be so, robotic. So get real with them. I've struggled with disordered eating in the past, and I have to make sure I don't feel super restricted or I kind of freak out. So this helps me. The program comes with a month of Shakeology, the superfood I've been drinking now for almost 2 years. It's full of pre and probiotics that help with my bloating and promote healthy digestion. After just a few days of drinking Shakeology, I couldn't believe how different I felt. My brain fog lifted, my energy was more stable, and it really helped with keeping me full and my sweet cravings. The best thing is that it fills my nutrient gaps and is a quick and easy meal on the go. And this could be your breakfast. Remember, this one said that they skipped breakfast. I would also add here, because she said she was nursing, I would say something like, I have a lot of nursing moms. Always ask your healthcare professional, but it's going to give you and your baby the nutrients and energy that you both need right now. The best part is the online accountability group. This is a great support community and will help you stay on track. I also provide some easy meal plans and tips for quick meals because I'm like you and I don't have much time in the kitchen, but like good tasting food, and I hate leftovers. This will help this will be the structure you need to reach your goals and stay motivated. You're not sure? Well, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you don't have to worry about making another worth investment. I'm certain you'll find the solution to be completely different because of the accountability, the nutrients-dense meal replacement, and easy-to-follow eating plan. Does that sound like something that would be good for you? Let me know questions you have and if you'd like more information, and then you can follow up with any videos, price, anything specific about the 21-day fix. If you don't have enough information, always ask follow-up questions. If they just say, like I mentioned, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, so tell me, why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Maybe they say, well, I want to lose 20 pounds because I have a wedding that's coming up, or maybe I need to lose 20 pounds because I have high cholesterol. They say, I really just don't even know what to eat. I have people that want to gain weight, or they just want to feel healthier, or they have hypothyroid. Ask more questions. Ask probing questions. What did work? What did fail? Or why did I write that? Why did that fail, or why did it not work out? What have you tried in the past? Tell me about your food addictions. Everyone has them. So I'm like, well, yeah, I really have to have Coke every morning, or for lunch. So this is going to help with those addictions there with the food. Share with me a typical day in terms of eating from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to bed. Asking that one, they're going to tell you, okay, I skip breakfast, or after dinner, I always have to have a little something sweet for dessert. That's where Shakeology can come in. Did you know that if you're not a shake person, you can make desserts out of Shakeology? If they take vitamins or supplements. Shakeology is going to replace all of those things. Are you planning your meals? If they're like, no, frankly, I don't have time, I'm always eating out, this might be a good option for them. And ask about family history of disease. I personally have lowered my cholesterol, and I attribute it to Shakeology. When I have hypothyroid, feel free to ever ask me questions or use me as a testimonial, but it has been proven to do those things. So you're going to get objections, and you're going to hear, is it gluten-free? Is it non-GMO? And it's so expensive, or I can get another brand less. Ask them if they're drinking another brand. You can say, does your current smoothie include probiotics and fiber? Is it soy-free? Does it not include, artificial sweeteners? Providing this image right here is also just very eye-opener. I have some people, tell me, oh, well, I make my own smoothies at home that are all natural. They don't have any of that stuff in there. And you show them, you go, can you make the same amount of nutrients in your, at-home shake as you can with Shakeology? Did you tell them about the 30-day money-back guarantee? And I always tell people about that are on the fence. And I say, because Jen will tell you, I was ready to return mine. I was like, I'm not buying, it's too expensive. And it's completely changed my life. Shakeology is not certified gluten-free. There are no gluten ingredients in it, just so you know. It is manufactured in a facility that also manufactures gluten products. So if someone's hung up on that, you can tell them that. And then is it GMO certified? It is not, but these are sourced from healthy soil from all over the world. It's not getting ingredients from fertilized soil here, but to have it certified non-GMO would be so expensive, and this is keeping our costs down. There's actually videos. These are videos you can share with your customers, and like I mentioned, I'll share all this in the team pages, but these are things that you can share with them if they ask about gluten-free. There's a great video you can share with them. What's in the ingredient list? Right there is a link to a PDF that has all of it in it. If they go, well, I don't know, if I need to ask my doctor, I'm a diabetic, which my endocrinologist said this is the best meal replacement shake she's ever seen, with a low glycemic index, and would approve it for her patients as well. So these are some great videos. I encourage you, some of these are just only 5 or 6 minutes, but I really suggest that you watch these so you know which one to send to your customers. customers. And more importantly, the Shakeology surge is just absolutely phenomenal. So I would encourage you to do that. Oh, really quick, because I don't want to take up too much time, but share about Shakeology, just a few ideas to get people interested in Shakeology. You can give them or sell samples. Some people, if it's not going to do it and they're going to do the money back guarantee, give them samples. I buy them on Seth's account if I need to. Host a 5-day Shakeology group. I have sample meal plans and posting templates that you can do that have been very successful for people are not worried about investing in a full, but that's a great way to get people to sample it, and share the benefits on your page. Address those objections right up front. Talk about all of the benefits that you've had. My hair has grown. It's a quick meal on the go for me. I was going through the drive-thru all the time. It's lowered my cholesterol. I've had less cravings. Post those things. My kids like it. So post those things on your Facebook page, so you're sharing about Shakeology, not just about your fitness. So I want to now turn it over to April. Sorry, I know that was really quick, but I'm going to turn it over to April. You guys, if you haven't met April, she is now back in the U.S. from Germany. She was one of my coaches. I'm so happy. She's in between. She's moving today, and she's made time to be here. So talking about excuses, I'm so proud of her. She's also going to be walking across stage. She earned Success Club All-Star earlier last summer, so she was one of the first one of us to do it. So I'm so proud to welcome April. She is my diamond coach, and take it away.
Hey everybody, can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. I haven't done it with the speakers before, or the headset. But anyway, I'm so glad to be back here, and I know these past couple of weeks have been completely crazy, traveling and moving, and then we lost my grandpa, and so today we are moving. My kids and I are moving back here with at my grandpa's house for a little while we wait to close on our house. That way, all this stuff is safe and all that. So the main thing I want to talk about is showing up and being you. And it's been, like I said, a super hard couple weeks, and so I haven't been working out. I haven't been drinking my shakes, and I feel it. And that's this tomorrow. I'm starting day 1, and I'm going to be back and, working out and doing all of that. And you better believe that I'm going to be sharing that, because even my husband was talking about how, you just feel terrible when you haven't been doing that. And we haven't been eating that bad. We watch what we eat when we go to restaurants, but you feel it. And just being able to share that kind of stuff, and your experiences, and, it's never too late. So even if you haven't started, maybe you're like me, where I just got my feet back on the ground as far as all the stuff that's been going on. So I plan to, sit down and chat with all my customers and all my coaches this week and really get back into it, so don't feel like, oh man, I missed, January 1 or whatever, and I'll just wait. Don't, jump back into it and email everybody, because guess what? They can start tomorrow even, and get started on the, the January health bet and things like that. Or, the January health bet, that's great if you can get them, but it doesn't matter in the long run. You want to, connect with people and share with them, hey, you know what? I didn't get started January 1, but, I'm going to get started now. Are you going to get started with me? Because maybe you didn't get started either January 1. And so just sharing about that, and, sharing about your break. Maybe you weren't working out like me, and, life got the best of you, but, you're back. Share about it. Share about your experiences and how you feel. And you better believe I am so excited to start my Shakeology again. It's been kind of hit or miss where I grab it when I can, but we literally have been living out of my car, or I just got my car last week, but my husband's car that we bought. And so we just have been in and out. So I couldn't even drink it, because I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going to wash my container out type of and all that craziness. But, sharing about that and what's going on in your life. And, it doesn't have to be all fitness related or Shakeology or any of that, but what are your experiences? And, what's going on in your life. Maybe somebody can relate to you, and maybe they message you, and then you start a connection and the conversation. And then maybe, in 6 months, they want to learn about, hey, what's that fitness thing that I posted a couple months ago or whatever, maybe that's something that interests you. Hold on, bud. Okay. And what I wrote, and I totally talked to myself. Oh, we've got it. Okay, go on. And I kind of talked to myself about this, is stop worrying about being a perfect coach. Nobody's perfect. Just share you and be the best that you can be and live your life. And, as I was driving today, I was kind of thinking about, not being perfect, but being a coach that you would be proud of. If you had a coach like that, and you would be excited to have somebody like that. And so just trying to aspire to what you feel like is a great coach. I think that's key, is, not worrying about being a perfect coach. I have such a hard time with that. And I'm not perfect at all. And show why you care. And okay, ouch, please. Why do you love being a coach? What's so important about the fitness and the eating clean? Show those aspects. It's important to me because, I made my kids baby food because I didn't want them to have, the stuff that's in the jar. You read about all those bad things. Not that that's bad for anybody that's giving their child, food from, the baby food from the store or whatever. But, I wanted something, and I was able to make that. And so making the meals and prepping and stuff like that, that's important to me. And I care about what I put in my body. I care about what I put in my kid's body. And I care about working out because that is, that's what makes us healthy, is getting out and being active and working out and doing it as a family sometimes. And the kids enjoy that and they see that. And so I feel like we're learning or teaching life lessons on, working out and sticking with programs and stuff like that. Okay. I'll be in a minute. Sharing about why you love these programs, because they're awesome. Every time I to the 21-day fix, I'm like, holy crap, that was 30 minutes and that was freaking awesome. And I just got it done. I think people think I'm trying to sell it every time I post about it. But my husband and I are both like, oh my gosh, that was 30 minutes and that was freaking awesome. And I feel like I've done something and it's done. And, my workout is done and you just feel good at that. And, keep sharing about that. And what I love, or one of the things I love, and I will be sharing this week, I have not had internet like you guys have. So I'm streaming my data that I share with my husband. So I may get a dirty message from him. But right now I'm at my grandpa's, and so I can drive over to my mom's, download a workout program, and come back to my grandpa's and work out, without the internet. And that's freaking awesome to just do it on your phone. So I'm really excited about sharing that Beachbody On Demand. I just signed up for the pass for the annual pass, and I'm so excited to get all those programs. That's freaking awesome. So if you haven't signed up for that, I highly recommend it. So that's all I have for now. I'm so excited to be back in the States and be on a live team call. It's freaking amazing. And I look forward to having live internet. So I'm not stealing data, my husband. But all right, I'm going to pass it over to Melissa.
All right. Thanks, April. That was awesome. Let's all sit up straight and do some shoulder rolls, because I know we've been sitting here for a little while. Just twist. We're almost done here. I'm going to time myself so that we're supposed to be 5 minutes. I may go a tiny bit over, but anyways, I'm going to time myself so I don't go crazy. Just real quick recognition, there's a couple of coaches that hopped on my little weekly team calls I'm doing, are Nikki Newby, Jessica Wise, Michelle Ashworth, Amy Howard, and everybody on this team call. It is so awesome to have to scroll over 2 times to see everybody's face. And we like to recognize the behaviors that we want duplicated because it's awesome. It is so cool that every single person here, you're here for a reason. There's something that you're going to take away tonight that maybe you've heard 1 trillion times, but somebody else said it in a different way. And so it's really cool to hear all different types of perspectives, and new coaches, veteran coaches, emerald coaches, doesn't matter. Everybody has something that they can share. And I hope you guys are excited when you're invited to speak up on this call that you say yes, no matter what you have going on. So I'm going to focus on the follow-ups. We've heard it before, the fortune is in the follow-ups, and it truly is. We all need to be reminded, guys. For example, my friend she was selling me some kind of like lip sense thing, right? Like I really wanted it because I hate lipstick. I love chapstick, but I need something in between. I 100% wanted to do it. We picked out the color and I just didn't purchase it because life got in the way, right? So it happens. People, I want you guys to change your mindset of, okay, people don't want me to follow up, or that means I'm going to be too pushy or too salesy. Change your mindset that they expect you to follow up. I literally was expecting my lip sense person to send me a follow-up so that we could talk about the link. I was waiting for her to reply because I knew it was on the back of my mind, like, crap, I haven't done it yet, even though I had all intentions. But tell yourself, my person is expecting me to follow up with them, and do it. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to point out was with the all access pass. Think about it this way. And if we're comparing all access to like a gym membership, how many gym memberships do you know that when they tell you your goal, like if you walk in there and you fill out a little piece of paper, I'm going to come to the gym 5 times this week. How many gyms do you know that if you only show up 3 times, they're going to message you and say, hey, where were you? That is something awesome that we get to do, okay? People tell us their goals, and we follow up with them. So I want you to change your mindset of just not following up just to get the sale, but following up with your current customers that you already have. I don't think there's really a special number, like, oh, you need to follow up 2 or 3 times with people. Sometimes, but personally, I'll go in, and this is if they have not joined my group yet or have not purchased anything. I'll go in, I'll check their messages, and if I've been the last one to reply 2 to 3 times, I'm going to just let it be. That's personally me, but you can do whatever you want. But I'm going to focus more today on just like the following up with the people that you have that are in your challenge groups or are interested. So that's something really cool if you're thinking about once they get in your groups, it's still your job to follow up with them. And that's something that we have over gyms, okay? Personal trainers. You know how I have a lot of personal trainer friends, and they say the number one thing that's so annoying is that like people will cancel on them, right? Or they just call in. And maybe you have a better relationship with your personal trainer. But anyways, that's our job, to follow up with people. So people in your health bet, they probably know the minimum requirement is just to get 3, but I guarantee you they want a little bit more. So they're going to say 4 or 5, and let them know ahead of time. Hey, if you don't get 4 or 5 workouts in, and I can see, I'm going to message you and see how we can make the next week better, and do it. Right? So I just wanted to give you, okay, I got 1 minute and 30 seconds. I want to have you guys write down 5 different ways that you can follow up with people. Okay. Number 1 is talking. So following up, it doesn't necessarily mean like, hey, have you checked your order? Have you bought something yet? It just means like talking about your goals before you add them into the group. I have a tracker system that I recently started using through Google Sheets, and I will share it in the team page. And it's basically all the things that you need to do to run a successful challenge group. For example, I'm going to cancel my thing. I'll probably go 6 minutes. So you need everybody's name that you invited into the challenge group, right? You need their email address if you're doing in the challenge tracker, okay? Then you need to know if they actually accepted it or not, right? Because you might need to follow up with them and say, hey, I sent you that email, check your junk email, I want you in that group. So that's one follow-up type of thing. Then you need to know what program they're going to be doing. You need to know what their goal is. You need to know like their weekly goal. Break it up into weekly goals. Just like they said, don't shoot for the moon like I want to lose 10 pounds in this one challenge group. Okay, well, how many times do you want to work out this week? Or what's your meal plan for this week? Break it up into weekly goals with them. And then are you following up with them weekly? Are you following up with them after the group? I feel like that is one of the most important ones. How many challenge groups have you run and you're just like, whew, glad that one's over. I don't have to post every day anymore. Did you follow up with them and ask, did you collect their success story? Did you ask them for their testimony? Say, hey, and you can just do one giant post. Be like, guys, I love, celebrating, like whenever I'm having a bad day, I like to look back on these testimonies. Can you please tell me what this challenge group did for you? And then everybody underneath should do it. And print that stuff out, guys, when you're having a bad day, and you're gonna have bad days. Look back through that stuff, just like Jessica Ham said on her thing, that girl that said, you changed my life. Sometimes you have a bad day, you just need to brush it off. You read that comment and you get back after it the next day. But asking people for their testimonies and collecting their success stories. I know we've talked about this before, making a booklet of success stories. Carl Deichler has his, and his is the very first page. So if you don't have a success story, even if it's a 3-day refresh, 21-day fix, if you have not personally had a before and after, that's your number one thing you need to be working on is yourself. Because how can you help somebody else if you haven't helped yourself yet? So you need to be page 1. And after that, that's the fun part of coaching. You get to build that booklet. But how many of us actually have a booklet? How many of us has a ton of pictures in our challenge groups? Go back and get them, or get them off people's pages and build that book up. Okay. So another one was, so number 1 is talk to them, find out their goals. That's a follow-up. Number 2, follow up once they're in the group. Okay. And we do that every day, right? Like when we're posting in there, that's kind of a way to follow up. But again, if you have people falling off, that's our goal as our coach, or that's our job as our coach, is to follow up with them and say, hey, what happened this week? You said you wanted 4. Why'd you get 3? How can we change that next week? Do you need to get up earlier? Do I need to text you? I don't do that, but you could do that. Number 3, before the group starts, and I love this one. It's kind of like a last call, but I don't say last call for my challenge group, but I do say, oh my gosh, I am so excited to get started with all these ladies, and I tag every single one of them, and I say, if anyone else wants to join, just send me a personal message with your email, and I will get you in the group. And then that starts the conversation, and we can talk about their goals and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like my last call, but you're tagging them, and also making sure that they're getting in the group. And when you tag them, it's a really good way to get referrals for other people. Number 4, during the group, talking about their struggles, areas to grow. And then number 5, like I said, was the after the group. So I just want you to think about following up with people, not just to make the sale. Think about the people that have already invested in you. They basically paid you to be their coach. They trust you. You need to be following up with them before, during, and after. And that's it for me. I'm going to hand it over to Casey McComiskey, who she just had I would say her best month yet as a coach. So I invited her to share what she did. So it's all you, lady.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes? Okay, hi. I'm at a friend's house and in their daughter's bedroom, and I'm starting to get a little to the cat. So anyway, but I'm going to keep this short. But yes, like Melissa said, I did have my best month ever in December, which is really funny. I'm going to kind of tell you like the story of how it happened. So over the summer, I had some pretty big stuff going on in my personal life, and none of it was good. And it was really, really challenging. And so I still went through the motions. I was still sharing, still, kind of working out ever, but not really building relationships. And then by the time October, November came, I was just like straight up burnt out. And so these things that were happening in my life were really personal. And so I couldn't figure out a way to share about it. And in fact, I actually kind of went through this weird, like, I didn't feel like I deserved to even be a coach, because we're supposed to be able to, turn our mess into a message. And I just was not able to do that. And so thank goodness for personal development and some really supportive friends, because I was able to get creative in how I shared about it. So while I couldn't share about the specifics of what was actually going on, I could share about how it was affecting me, how my emotions and my self-esteem, my confidence were being affected. And so what I did in November was I actually renamed the month and called it Me-vember. And so I committed to, and I put this out there on Facebook, and so I committed to doing something different every single day to take care of myself. And so at the beginning of the month, easy, because it was like, oh, I got my workout, and I drank my Shakeology, and I ate vegetables today. It was easy. But then as the month went on, it was like, man, this is hard. And I was really struggling with stuff still personally. And so how hard it was told me how much I really needed to do it. And so then I started digging deeper. I was sharing about my personal development, even things like coloring, spending an afternoon coloring in one of the grown-up coloring books, spending time playing with my dog or getting together with friends and that kind of thing. And so as I shared about those things, I wasn't just sharing that I was doing them, but I was sharing how it was affecting me, how it was filling my soul, how the people I was spending time with were building me up, and how much I needed those connections. So I was sharing how I was feeling as I was taking care of myself. And I started realizing part of my brand is self-love. And so by sharing about this through the whole month, I did not miss a day. Every single day I shared something. And so I was attracting people that were part of my niche market, people who were, just lead with their heart in the same way, that I did. And so I was able to build some relationships and build some connections. And so then when December came, I actually was like, hey, why don't I pay forward the things I learned during the month? And so I created a free group. The template is in the Team Strong page, and the group that I ran was called Me-sember to Remember. And so it's just a 5-day group of just ways that we can take care of ourselves, and again, built some really strong relationships in there. And so I think what happened was that somehow along the way, I really learned how to share authentically. Even though I couldn't share the details of what was going on, I still was able to share me. I was vulnerable, I was raw, I was sharing how bad I was feeling about myself, but then what I was doing about it. And so what I'm going to leave you with is just kind of an action item. So to think of something that you might be going through right now. It might be big, it might be little, good or bad, whatever, and try to think of how you can share that. You may be able to share about the problem or the event or whatever specifically itself, or you may be able to share about how it's affecting you. And again, not just to share about that thing, to share the solution. That's what's the important part about it. So sharing that solution or how you're trying to find that solution, because what I found was that when I was willing to be vulnerable, then other people were willing to be vulnerable with me and to share what they were going through, struggles that they were having. And so honestly, the people that have become my challengers during this month, they reached out to me. I didn't really have to reach out to them. So I really attribute that to that vulnerability. So that's what I encourage you to do. Get creative about sharing, and just please always remember that what you have to share is valuable. People value you, and they value connection with you. So just make sure you always remember that. And that's how I ended up having the best month I've ever had as a coach. So thanks, Melissa, for asking me to share. And that's all I have for you guys. So I'm going to turn it over to Teresa Kukuchula. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Casey. I love that. Okay, I'm going to run through this really quickly, guys, so we can get through the next couple of speakers and you guys can get on with your Sunday night. And hopefully my internet cooperates and it doesn't crap out on me, but if it does, you guys could just move on. Really quickly, I just wanted to give a shout out to Daphne Carver for attending her very first Super Saturday. This weekend, she wasn't sure whether she wanted to go, and she did, and she loved it. And as a result, she posted about it on Facebook, which was pretty cool. Kind of invited people to join her, so I thought that was awesome. Grisel Rivera just went Emerald this week, which is pretty awesome because she's been a coach for a little while. So it's pretty cool. And it's kind of the theme of what I'm talking about tonight. It's kind of cool to see a coach, just something click and then actually go for it. And then I also wanted to welcome my new coach, Tanisha Myers, to the team. So, okay, my topic for tonight is basically just being there for your coaches and supporting them and supporting their goals specifically. So we've all kind of seen it, right? We can almost picture that slide that we post in our Glance into Coaching groups, and it says pick your path, and it's got 3 bubbles underneath it. That's discount coach, hobby coach, career coach, right? And we tell them whatever you want to do is fine. We are here to support you, whatever it is that you want, right? But what happens as soon as they sign up and maybe they go through the training, maybe they're interested, maybe they're excited, and all of a sudden we start seeing stars, and, okay, maybe this is the coach that's going to get me my first bonus. Maybe this is the coach that's going to get me to diamond or get me to elite. And all of a sudden, all of our goals start coming out, and without realizing it, maybe we could be putting our goals on them when realistically, maybe they just wanted to get their Shakeology paid for. Maybe they had, tiny goals, stepping stones to what they wanted to do. Maybe you have a coach that came in just wanting to take off running, and that's awesome. And you're matching that effort. But the point is really, really listening to your coaches and finding out what it is that they want, and not putting the pressure on them to achieve your goals or kind of hounding. We've all heard so many stories of coaches who maybe signed up because they wanted a little extra accountability to lose weight. Maybe they just wanted, again, to get their products paid for. Maybe they just kind of loved the challenge groups and loved the idea of running challenge groups with their friends and family. But what happens, right? All of a sudden, they start falling in love with it. They start falling in love with the programs, with the feeling of helping people, and we've got to allow that to build. You're gonna get those working coaches. You're gonna get your rock star coaches, right? But sometimes people need that opportunity to fall in love with programs and to fall in love with this, with the business, with the team, with the energy that we have going on. I think Jennifer's a perfect example, and I'm going to go out on a limb that she would have accomplished anything she wanted to, regardless of what I did. But when she started, all she wanted was a discount on her shakes. Is it possible that if day one I was like, hey, you need to be messaging 3 to 5 people a day. I need you to hit Success Club. You want to make sure that you're doing this. Did you go through the coach training yet? Are you making sure you're boosting your Facebook affinity? Is it possible that maybe she wouldn't have developed that love for 21 Day Fix that she had? And it came naturally. It came genuinely. She was getting so many results, and she fell so in love with that program that it was natural. And she just started talking about it. The next thing you know, she fell in love and she kind of developed that passion. And so with some coaches, it's going to take that time, or they need that opportunity to develop that love for the programs that we have. Obviously, you want to guide and mentor all of our coaches, right? You want to spend your time working with the ones who want to run with it, who want to go. And that's where you're going to focus your efforts. But you can never write somebody off. We all have different seasons of coaching. We all go through different things, right? And as much as I would love to be, personally, as much as I would love to be one of those coaches who can show up 365 days out of the year, no matter what's going on, and one day I will be, but I haven't been yet. What happens if at that moment your coach is like, if my coach would have said, okay, well, she doesn't have what it takes. She can't do this. You can't write people off. $1,000 a week in 60 days. And from there on, she went to 15-star diamond. What if that coach had said, it's been a year, she hasn't really done anything, I don't need to work with her in challenge groups, I don't need to check in on her. These are your coaches regardless of what they're doing. Even if they're not hitting Success Club, even if they're not signing coaches, they are still your challengers. They still need to be a part of your groups. You still need to check in on them. They've got to know that you're still there for them and that you're still coach. We all have amazing coaches on this team, whether it's, Jennifer Wooten, Jen Pratt, Melissa, Lisa. You guys all have the example of a coach. You know what it feels like to have a coach believe in you, to have a coach never give up on you. That alone can ignite a coach to want to pay that forward. Duplicate that in your coaches. The way that you make them feel can inspire them to want to make others feel the same way. I can't stress this enough. Just because somebody isn't working the business now, just because they're not hitting Success Club now, just because they're not signing coaches now, it does not make them a failure. And it does not mean that they're good enough and that they can't one day become your rock star coaches. Personal development is a very, very powerful tool. And I dare to say that the person that I was 3 years years ago is not the person that I am now. And I feel now more confident to tackle things that I felt I couldn't have conquered 3 years ago. It's taken me longer than it's taken a lot of other people, but that's okay. You know, and as long as you have that support system, you never know what coaches are going to end up surprising you. The last thing I'm going to leave you with too is I kind of feel like, and I heard Carl say this before, and I really felt such a connection when he said this. The line is we have to be different than all those companies out there. Do you know how many of our friends are approached by people in different companies and different network marketings? What we do is so different, and we have to separate ourselves from that. We are the company that genuinely cares about people. We care about getting them results, regardless of if we ever get a dime off that person, and they need to feel that, and that doesn't stop after our coaches sign up with us. So I want to be different. I want to be different from every other MLM company out there, from every other person that's ever messaged somebody wanting to get them involved in something. I need them to feel that their goals are what I'm the most concerned about, and that doesn't change after they sign up with you or when you're this close to reaching a goal. You know, you want somebody to work it. They have to want it themselves, and you have to be there ready for them when they're ready to. That's all I have for you. I'm going to introduce Danielle. She's going to share. She's been doing really awesome on social media lately. She's been sharing a lot of really cool tips with me, just some stuff that she's learned. So I'm going to have her share a couple of bits with you guys really quick.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, so I wanted to share some tips on social media and really being able to connect with your ideal client or avatar, because our business is mostly based on social media, and we really want to connect with our audience. So really, you probably heard, we've all talked about it, really finding your niche in this business. So, what are you good at? Are you good at meal planning? Are you good at creating recipes, or maybe healing your thyroid, or whatever that is? Talk about that. That's some content that you can create. And then finding your avatar to specifically talk to, who is she? What does she struggle with? Like for me, it could be somebody that used to be before Beachbody, or something that you've struggled with and overcame. So for me, I was an emotional eater. I had postpartum depression, and being that I have 2 kids, I needed something that was easy and simple, could really work with my schedule. Because I feel like if you're broad and general and you try to talk to everybody, then you're not going to get anybody. You're going to get crickets. So really narrow down your niche, and this is going to make you more relatable because you can talk to that specific person. She's going to hear you through your post. So you can do this by creating valuable content, especially since we're going to be speaking directly to her. You're going to become like her go-to girl. So to really speak to her, I've learned about a strategy, and a lot of major companies do this. You see this in ads and billboards and all kinds of stuff like that. But it's pain points and pleasure points. And they're called this because when people are buying something, they're either wanting to go towards pleasure, or they're running from pain. So use these in your posts to connect with your audience. So let's say your avatar an emotional eater and she's a yo-yo dieter. So her pain points are going to be, maybe she's binge eating at night when nobody's around, or she thinks carbs are the devil. She's stuck in that yo-yo dieting cycle, or she hates counting calories. So these are going to be her pain points, something that keeps her up at night. And her pleasure points are going to be things that she really wants. And this is kind of called like the what if situation. So you really want to paint the picture for her. And, by saying like, what if you had a lifestyle where, you could go to social events with people and not be the loser in the corner eating your chicken and broccoli, or, you could make it doable your lifestyle. What if you could have a life where there were less rules and more flexible nutrition? What if I told you that you didn't have to, avoid carbs? Watch this video that I have. And by the way, live video is awesome because Facebook is like really pushing that right now. So if you haven't, try to do more live videos. But anyway, so those pleasure points are going to be things that she wants and that that she wants. So think of them like little buttons, hit a pain point, hit a pleasure point, hit a pain point, hit a pleasure point. Bring those together in your post, and then you'll really be able to connect with her. And write those down too, because that's going to be your way to create valuable content and really reach out to her. And then listen to what your customer wants, not just you want or what you wanted to talk about, but really focus on what that person needs. And another thing that I've been working on more is having integrity in your posts, because you really want people to build that trust in you. So for me, kind of going against the grain here a little bit, but something that I stopped doing was like the fake urgency post, the only 3 spots left or only 5 spots left. And for me, it just didn't work. And it didn't feel right. So, I think about like if I had 20 people come to me tomorrow saying, oh, I want to buy a challenge pack and I want to join your group, like would I turn them down? Heck no. Of course they would have them in my group. So, stuff like that I've, tried to avoid doing now. And instead, I feel like it's your business. So you're the entrepreneur and you can build it any way that you want. And if it doesn't feel right to you, you don't have to do it, or find what really works for you. And that's where you're going to see a lot of success. And then same with like joining Facebook groups. I kind of stopped doing that because I felt awkward, like just cold messaging people and being like, hey, let's be friends. And I want to know this and I want to know that. And, connect with you about this. And so, of course, I still expand my network by adding people, but I've also been trying to, build, by creating that value and then building an email list, because I feel like everyone is doing that same thing. So how can I do it differently? And you don't own social media. Facebook could change something tomorrow, or it could be gone, and then everything that we built up is gone. So by creating an email list, you're keeping everything, you're building your clientele. And then you can do this by, creating a freebie or a newsletter. Like for me, I'm working on a newsletter. So every week, I'll post, or I'll send them like a healthy recipe or, some kind of health tip, and then have a call to action. So that way I'm talking about a specific topic, I can say, join my free group, or you can sign up here, maybe for a challenge group or something. So that way you're being consistent with them. You're adding that value consistently. And they're going to see how you can really help them, and not, so-and-so over there who's just like everybody else. You want to stand out and be different. So 3 things that I felt that have, really helped customers build their trust is consistency, time, and value. Consistency over time and value before your product. So try to lead with you and what you have to offer, and creating that value for them, rather than just product, because you don't want to seem salesy and you don't want to just be another distributor. So again, you have to stand out and be different. And then when they see that value that you've consistently done over time and offered them, they're going to see how it's worked for you. They're going to build that trust, and they're going to say, well, she's recommending this product, and, I believe in this product because I trust her, so I'll, buy this product from her. And I'm not saying that never ever post about, Shakeology, because of course we want to talk about it. It's our business and what we sell. But just creating that value and being consistent about it. So anyways, kind of what I had to talk about, and just, being yourself, because in the end it's your business. Just, run it how you see fit and what you're comfortable with. But anyway, that's all I had. So I'm going to turn it over to Jen Pratt.
Girl, you totally rocked it. That was awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So just to give a couple of to my team of Blaze, shout out to Victoria for attending her first Super Saturday yesterday. I know that, one, it was a step out of her comfort zone in the rain, but she did it and she freaking loved it and she grew from it. So next one is going to be in April. So I encourage all of you guys to show up for it and do what you have to do to clear your schedule now so that you can be there. There's just something about that energy going to a live event. And then Laura Roth is already at 9 Success Club points. So just like Colleen was sharing how it's a non-negotiable, like she's making a difference. She's making that ripple effect happen with those around her, and that's just awesome. So I'm going to actually turn it over to Amanda right now, and I wanted to give props to Amanda as well. Amanda Campbell became a coach in November, and she was really just focusing on her own journey a lot, but she jumped into the First 30 training this month, and she's rocking it. I was like, go at your own pace, whatever. She's like, no, let's catch up. We're going to do it. We're going to bust through it. So that's what she's going to talk to you about, because it's something about that that momentum just kind of, once you get it, you just got to with it and keep going. Build that snowman, y'all. Just keep doing it. So Amanda, take it away, girl.
Thank you, Jen. So Jen asked me about on Tuesday the 3rd of January doing a 30-day coach training. And she said that the others were already on day 3. And I was like, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, okay, sure, whatever, let's do it. So at first I was overwhelmed with the big, large messages and too scared to death to even like really think more about it. So I was just like, okay, here we go. She's definitely pulling me out of my comfort zone a lot. So this is totally so unlike me. So I told her I wasn't sure about being able to do it in 30 days because of every excuse under the sun that popped up into my head. But I stopped and thought to myself, and I wanted to be a coach. And why was that? Well, duh, because I want to help out others. The only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I use the tools that are being given to me. And those tools are going to be in those 30 days training that she's offered to give me. So I quickly got caught up, and I'm now right where we're supposed to be. So in the training of what it's been so helpful to me is it's given me all tools that I need in order to get caught up with everyone and to reach out to everybody that needs my help. I've become more organized and a little more comfortable about posting stuff, knowing the more that I post, the better it gives me something to focus on and my goals that are possible. I originally went into this only wanting to help a couple of people, but now I know that if I help just those few people, the more and more people from that point I can help out as well. So these calls that I have and that I've been attending with Jen, both Jens, have really inspired me to really want to help more than just a few people and to reach out to as many as I can. So the training materials has been really, really helpful. And I really encourage, if you haven't done, to definitely get involved in one because it's really helpful and has just helped me along the way of really wanting to reach my goals. So Jen, it's over to you now.
Perfect. That was awesome. Super proud of you, girl. I mean, you guys, if you've never been in any of the trainings, even if you've been a coach for 2 years, jump in. You're going to learn new things. You're going to get that fire ignited again. And, this business doesn't come because it's easy. It comes with obstacles, with hurdles, with puddles to jump through. We have a community aspect to it, and we have a gift. We have a gift to share, the gift of health, positivity, and you are a gift. You get to share you. Yesterday or Saturday, I don't even know what day it is. Anyway, Super Saturday, they were talking about like all the Star Diamonds had to go up on stage, and they made me freaking talk in front of everybody, and I wasn't prepped. I didn't have a cool outfit on or anything, but I was like, you know what? I just have to embrace me. So I walk up there, and they're like, what obstacles did you have to overcome? And I was like, well, I had to overcome me. We all have our own journey and we all have our own story, but it's embracing where you are, exactly where you are, whether you like it, whether you love it, whether you hate it, the good, bad, and the ugly. It's owning where you are, being who you are, being authentic, being scared, being nervous, whatever it is, all those feels. I mean, we've all talked about all of this tonight. Everybody has their own angle. Embrace you. Embrace who you are, because you are a gift and there's only one you, and somebody needs you. Somebody needs to hear you. Somebody needs to know that they're not alone, and somebody needs to know that there's hope. You are the hope that somebody needs to change their life around, to finally show up consistently for 3 days in a row in the workout. I mean, how many people do you work with that say they cannot stick to a program? They have all the excuses, they don't have time, whatever it is. You are their hope. You've done it, and you get to hold their hand through the process. Not that they necessarily you don't want to drag them. They need to take ownership. So you're going to embrace who you are and where you are, and you're going to take ownership of that. And whether you like it or not, you're going to own it, and then you're going to make the choice to move forward from there. You don't have to stay where you are. Nobody wants to follow somebody that's just going to be concreted in where they are and not move. So we're all about growing our cold market, right? The people that we don't know, reaching new people, because we can only talk to our friends and family so many times, but then we're going to follow up with them after we talk to them, right? We learned that from Melissa. But we can reach more people. We can reach even more people when we are growing, because people want to follow somebody that is going somewhere. and you're not going to stay where you are. You're not the same girl that you were in 2016 because you are empowered and you have what it takes and you are phenomenal. So make that choice, embrace where you are, take ownership, and choose to grow. Choose to not stay where you are and to make a difference. That's it. So, do you guys have any questions over everything that we went through?
They're like, is it over yet?
I know.
Is it over yet?
Sorry that went so long, guys. But it was good stuff.
So many good things, yeah.
Kudos to everybody who hung on. I'm pretty impressed.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that was incredible. I like that we all got different insights out there. I like that everybody just had a different topic to go off of. And I hope that each and every one of you guys that are still on, or maybe you're listening to the recording because you passed out, fell asleep, and hit end call, took something away from this and use it to kind of fuel your soul, and just let it, whatever direction you want to go with it, as fast, as slow, as if it's just for the discount, if it's just a whatever it is, just run with that. And I hope that that's what you got. I hope that's what everybody took away from this call. I shed tears. I'm like, oh my God, I'm all in my feels. So it's incredible. And thank you guys for hanging in there. Next surge won't be this long.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
guys. Thank you for hopping on.
Bye, guys.